noon here in Lagos, Nigeria. Hello and welcome to Lunchtime Politics on Channels Television. I'm Kayode Kikilu, and here are the biggest political stories at this hour. Well, it's a perplexing situation in Rivers State as the Okojumbo-led lawmakers and the Amewule-led group hold separate sittings at the same time. Well, the Amewule group has given Governor Fubara an ultimatum to present the budget before them. And President Tinubu begins second term as ECOWAS Authority Chairman with a call on member nations to increase funding for terrorism, and that's the fight against terrorism, and the proposed ECOWAS standby force. Kaduna State All Progressives Congress passes vote of confidence on Governor Sani amidst a probe of former Governor El Rufai and his fight back at the court, which some are perceiving as a battle between the current and the former governor. We'll begin in Rivers State, South Nigeria. It's been a long, winding episode, really. But today, two groups of State Assembly lawmakers are locked up in parallel sittings. The group led by Victor Okojumbo is meeting at the Government House, and the other, led by Martin Amewule, is meeting at the House of Assembly quarters amidst heavy security. The Victor Okojumbo group is sitting to screen a commissioner nominee after Governor Sani Fubara had in a letter by the clerk, Dr. Gillis West invited a new commissioner nominee, Emmanuel Frank Fubara, to appear for screening and confirmation. All over at the Assembly quarters, however, the Amewule-led group has given Governor Fubara 7 days to represent the budget to them. This is the latest chapter in what has been described as the Rivers political crisis, which has been on since last year. Also developing story, and we'll bring you more outcomes from those parallel sittings. Well, staying with the situation there, former members of the National Assembly from the state have urged the political leaders to uphold the rule of law and prioritize peace over personal interests. The ex-lawmakers who served in both the Senate and the Houses of Representatives at different times, including the Third Republic, made the appeal during a media briefing after meeting with Governor Fubara in Port Harcourt. A former House of Reps member for Kana-Gokana, Bernard Miko, who read the group's communique, rejected calls for a state of emergency and the attempt to disrespect the constitutional terms of elected council chairmen. They commended Governor Fubara's approach to development in the state and expressed confidence in his ability to manage the situation.
We stand united in an unwavering belief and conviction that the unity, peace, and progress of Rivers State are paramount and non-negotiable. 2, we reaffirm our absolute commitment to the rule of law, a cornerstone of democracy that ensures no one, including the government, is above the law. We uphold this fundamental principle, which safeguards justice, equality, and accountability for all. We emphasize that the tenure of local government councils must be respected in accordance with the constitution of the land. 4, we believe that the calls for a state of emergency are unwarranted and have every confidence in the government's ability to address any challenges that may arise. We trust in the capacity to maintain peace and stability in Rivers State. We reject all attempts to undermine the progress of Rivers State for personal gain and urge the people to reject and oppose such efforts. We commend Governor Sani Fubara's efforts to promote peace and development and urge all Nigerians to support his initiative. We urge all well-meaning Nigerians to support Governor Sani Fubara's mandate, which has been affirmed by the Supreme Court of the land without fear, favor, or distraction.
On to other stories now. The Kaduna State chapter of the All Progressives Congress, APC, has passed a vote of confidence on the administration of Governor Sani for the achievements they say he has recorded in the areas of rural transformation and running an inclusive government aimed at reuniting every part of the state. The party passed the vote during its State Executive Council meeting attended by the Governor, the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Tajuddin Abbas, and other party chieftains. Officials of the party applaud Governor Sani's efforts and his unparalleled drive towards urban and rural development as they pledge their support for his administration.
The Kaduna APC chairman kickstarts the meeting, commending Governor Sani for his inclusive governance, urban and rural development projects, improving education and health sectors, among other achievements.
We are gathered here today to give honor to whom honor is due, and also to rub minds on issues that concern our great party in Kaduna State, and essentially celebrate the remarkable milestone of the first year in office by our visionary, indefatigable, and amiable governor, His Excellency, distinguished Senator Sani.
A motion for a vote of confidence on Governor Sani for his outstanding leadership is immediately moved and seconded.
Our governor is a peacemaker, a bridge builder, and we have seen how he has brought the state within a short time to a very united state.
The Speaker of the House of Representatives also commends Governor Sani for his administration's remarkable achievements and commitment to reunite every part of Kaduna State. Governor Sani responds with a pledge to anchor his administration's governance style on equity, justice, and fairness to all.
I want to use this opportunity to congratulate our governor for 1 year in office. The 1 year has been characterized by a lot of achievements, both in terms of peacemaking, infrastructural developments, and so on and so forth. I believe the next 3 years will be more successful. It will be more impactful in the lives of our people. I want to urge you to maintain the tempo and find means and ways of it.
Governance is key. We made it clear after election that we will take development to everywhere in the Kaduna State, irrespective of party affiliation or any affiliation, because we believe we took an oath to be fair to everybody in Kaduna. So we are going to support our party leadership, but most importantly, even those that do not vote for us, we must take development to their own area. That is why we are making this progress. And I want you to give us all the support.
At the end of the meeting, members of the All Progressives Congress in Kaduna State receive assurance of better days ahead.
Well, staying with political matters, the All Progressives Congress, for this time in Edo State, have called out Governor Godwin Obaseki over alleged excessive borrowing. They're claiming that the state is indebted to the tune of over 600 billion naira. The chairman of APC Edo State, Jared Tinebe, made the claims during a press briefing in Benin City, the state capital. Mr. Tinebe insists that the state's revenue has improved a great deal from the Federation account, in addition to the internally generated revenue and the 13% oil derivative. So there is no excuse, they say, for the huge debts.
Despite the trillions that have come into Edo State cover through FAAC, IGR, 13% derivation for oil producing areas, grant, etc. in the last 8 years, Edo State is still one of the most indebted states with over 600 billion. Obaseki is currently processing a fresh foreign loan. 14. A World Bank consultant mentioned to a concerned stakeholder that Obaseki is processing a fresh 7 million at a time other states are running from foreign denominated loans. Obaseki told the World Bank that he intends to use the loan to upgrade primary healthcare centers in wards and local government areas. Where are the primary healthcare centers?
And to regional development, President Bola Tinubu has been re-elected as the chairman of the Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS, about 1 year after he took over the leadership of the regional bloc. The Nigerian leader, who rose to power in May 2023, was re-elected as ECOWAS chairman during the 65th ordinary session of the Authority of Heads of State and Government. Well, that event took place at the presidential villa in Nigeria's capital, Abuja. During his opening remark at the summit, President Tinubu urged ECOWAS members to make financial commitments to help in the battle against terrorism in the region.
Diplomats and officials of member countries gather in the State House for the 65th ordinary session of the ECOWAS Authority of Heads of State and Government. The meeting commences with the arrival of the chairman and other heads of member state. Attending for the first time is Senegalese President Diomaye Faye.
Ladies and gentlemen,
in his welcome address, President Tinubu addresses the issue of insecurity in the region and urged member states to commit more to providing the needed resources to combat the issue.
Let me underscore that a peaceful and secure society is essential for achieving our potential. As we move to operationalize the ECOWAS Standby Force, ESF, in combating terrorism, I must emphasize that the success of this plan requires not only strong political will, but also substantial financial resources.
Highlighting the challenges confronting the region, he emphasized the need for unity.
It is imperative that we unite as a community and develop innovative approaches to unleash our vast economic potential. We must continue to identify and develop partnerships that promote investment in key sectors and promote regional trade.
He said the decision of the three Sahel countries of Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger to withdraw from ECOWAS has been noted. The meeting then moved into a closed session. Several hours later, the meeting was thrown open. President Tinubu was invited to accept to serve a second term.
I've accepted to continue the service with great members and great minds that have committed to democratic value and the journey for us in the region. I'll continue my utmost best to serve our interests and build on democratic value and the structure that we inherited.
The meeting ended on that note, and the president of ECOWAS Commission addressed the press on some of the resolutions taken on the issue of the three Sahel countries.
I think you've all been here when the president of Senegal has indicated his acceptance to serve as facilitator for ECOWAS in our engagement with the three IOS countries. And this is in the spirit of engagement that our leaders believe should continue, because, as you rightly said, we don't only share borders, we share families, we share communities, and the leaders are determined to do everything possible to keep our community together.
He also touched on the issue of the region's single currency.
The time frame given for the launch of the single currency is 2027, provided the various convergence criteria are met. The challenge is meeting those convergence criteria, and the member states are encouraged to work on those criteria. So the time frame for now is 2027, and until the heads of state change that time frame, we will go by that.
As the body prepares to celebrate its 50th anniversary next year, it's been agreed that a special extraordinary session will be put together to consider its future. From the Presidential Villa, Lanre Lasisi, Channels Television News.
When the program returns in a moment, we'll bring you more on the situation in Rivers State as we speak to one of the major parties in this political dispute. Stay with us. Well, you're welcome back. The chairman of the House Committee on Electoral Reforms, Adebayo Balogun, says until the voters' register is thoroughly cleaned up by INEC, the nation's elections will continue to have issues. According to Honorable Balogun, who insists Nigeria has made immense progress in her electioneering process, there are many voters that have died whose names still appear in the register at elections. In an interview with Channels Television, he appealed to Nigerians to believe in the system enough to demand accountability from the leadership.
We must, as a people, learn to believe in our system. I'm not saying we should be gullible, but be objective. When they say this, check. Okay, what could have gone wrong? Don't say it must be wrong. Look at it objectively. We must learn to separate election from development or governance. We must ensure that we understand, we take time to even acquire knowledge, to understand what we should ask for. Let's know that this country belongs to every one of us. We all have reason to ask for accountability. When we need information, let's ask.
Well, to watch the full interview with Honorable Adebayo Balogun, please watch Newsnight by 9 p.m. later today, only on Channels Television. Let's now get you some more on the Rivers political situation. Today, two groups of lawmakers are sitting. One, the Victor Okojumbo group, screening a commissioner nominee, and the Martin Amiwole-led lawmakers, and they have given the governor a 7-day ultimatum to represent the budget before them. So let's get more insights. We're joined by Mr. Enemy Alabo George, who is one of the lawmakers loyal to the Martin Amiwole group. He joins us from Port Harcourt on the program. Honorable Judge, welcome to the program.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Well, we understand that your group has given the governor a 7-day ultimatum, but let's backtrack a bit. Well, we've not heard from your group, at least collectively, having this sitting in a while. So what prompted this renewed, well, I call it vigor in the first place?
Let me first correct the statement or an impression. When you say our group has given the governor a 7-day ultimatum, that's the wrong way to put it. There's no such thing as our group. What we are is the Rivers House of Assembly, the only Rivers House of Assembly, 10th Assembly of Rivers State, recognized by law, recognized by the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria in 1999. That's all that. So it's not my group, it's the Rivers House of Assembly. So it's a bit demeaning when you say our group. Really proper perspective, 10th Assembly of Rivers State. That's it. So,
yes, so go ahead. I said that it's been a while since we saw you sit, and you'll agree with me. So what has prompted this renewed vigor? Because on the other hand, you have the Okojumbo group saying they are also the legal or the legitimate assembly.
My brother, all of us cannot be insane at the same time. We're lawmakers. And so if we make laws and we expect people to abide by the laws that we so make, we also should live by example. So if a certain court, even without jurisdiction, comes out and makes a pronouncement that we're not members of the House of Assembly, as sane and level-headed as people who make laws, people who respect law, we should, until a court of competent jurisdiction vacates it. And so that was what happened. No matter how wrong that was, it was judgment. And so we have to stay back and abide by what the judgment has said, no matter how right or wrong. And now a court of superior jurisdiction has come out to right the wrongs. And so we're back to work. We're back to do what we were voted to do in consonance with the voice of the Constitution. So that's why we're here, to do the work that we were voted for.
Right, so you are doing this on the power of the appeal court judgment, just to put it clear, that we saw last week. So let's talk about the outcome of today's sit-in. You've given the governor an ultimatum to represent the budget. And now speak to us what the implication of that will be, particularly if that doesn't happen in the next 7 days, seeing that the Okojumbo group is carrying on as a legitimate assembly, which they claim they are. Well, it appears we've lost connection momentarily with Honorable Enemy Alabo George, but not to worry. We'll reconnect with him to get the implication of today's sit-in. As I said earlier on, two groups of lawmakers are sitting in Rivers State right now. And for Honorable Enemy Alabo George, he says, well, the Amiwole-led lawmakers are the legitimate House of Assembly. Okay, we have you back, Honorable Judge. So I was asking for the implication. Just to say the governor does not represent the budget in 7 days, as you have put out. What will happen?
Brother, let me again, I will have to correct you slightly again. You know, you're my friend, so I have to correct you. There's no such thing as represent the budget. In the eyes of the law, no budget was ever presented in River State. If you look at the High Court judgment as issued by Justice Omotosho, it was clear that the actions of the governor did not amount to presentation of a budget. You cannot go and present the budget to a shrine and when you're corrected, you say you want to represent it. No, there was never a budget presented. So what we have done, as people who want the best for our states, people who are working in the interest of the collective interest for our people, we have given the governor 7 days. So please, just in case he's not aware or he doesn't understand the weight of what he's been doing. So we've said, look, Section 121 of the Constitution tells you how to present a budget. Now, Section 122 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 as altered has told you that for some reason, if you're not able to present a budget, you have a 6-month window, which elapsed on the 30th of June. So as it stands now, in the eyes of the law, Rivers State does not have a budget. Now, there are consequences to that. But as people who want the best for our state, we have come out, let's assume, or not considering, assuming we're not considering that the governor is not aware of the implications of not having a budget. We're reminding him that, sir, please, our dear governor, can you see the vacuum that has been created now? But thank God that the law has given us a window. Now that the extra 6 months that the Constitution has given to you has elapsed, can you please come and do the needful and present the budget so that our states can move forward? What it means is that everything that has been done between June 30th to the extra budgetary expenditure, our states cannot spend. Nothing can happen without a budget. We cannot, it's not a banana republic. We're not animals. Things must be done according to law, because what we're doing, if we don't do that, we're setting a very dangerous precedent. We have a ground norm. The Constitution in Section 121 has told us the role of the budget. In 122 has given us exceptions and extensions. And so we have a constitutional crisis building, and we don't want to be a party to it. What we're doing is to tell the public and to tell the government, let the government know that what we're expected to do, we are doing. We're here, open and willing to work with you in the interest of the state. Please present a budget for our state so that our state can move forward. We can do what we are supposed to do. We cannot run without a budget. That's all that we have done. And in addition to that, the appeal court judgment has also said that everything that was done by that other 3 members, the 3 suspended members, is null and void. In fact, void ab initio. It means that in the eyes of the law, it never existed. So it means that all the commissioners that were screened by that assembly do not exist in the eyes of the law. It means that as we speak now, the Rivers State government does not even have an attorney general. It means that there's a vacuum in our various local governments, because the issue of critical committees have been outlawed. And even on top of that, 3 members of 3 suspended members cannot go and screen a group of people and say that they are critical committees. So what it means is that there's a huge vacuum. Our local governments, we have a vacuum. At the state level, we have a very dangerous vacuum. We don't have a budget. We don't have commissioners. The only commissioners we have, as I speak, are the commissioners that were screened by this legislative assembly. And so we have a constitutional crisis building.
Well, Honorable Judge, I wonder if that includes the ones that have also resigned, those commissioners. Does that include the ones that have resigned as well?
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Okay, so those ones that's water under the bridge. Okay.
Those who have resigned, but there were some with screen that are still commissioners. Those are legislative.
So quick issues because of our time, just to provide context to our viewers. So the governor had presented a budget last year to a group led by Edison Ehie. It's interesting how things have changed so far. So that was under contention, but the Edison Ehie group looked like they faced their way, and now the Victor Okonjo-Iweala or the Victor Okonjo-Iweala-led group is now what is in operation, and it's been described as a parallel assembly, just for our viewers to understand the context and where we're coming from. But 2 quick issues, Honorable Alaba Judge. What will happen if it doesn't present it in 7 days? That's on the one hand. I'm trying to take all of the questions, particularly because a lot of people want to know. Secondly, the date that has now been set by the River State Election Commission for local government elections, I think it's the 5th of October. Are you in support of that process, 2 questions. Let's see if we can take that and then we'll move to others.
Okay, I don't want to jump the gun. You know, our state has been in the news for very wrong reasons. I'm not one of those who would want to throw myself in the fire to burn. What we're trying to do is to save our state from a looming constitutional crisis, from a very dangerous situation. We have told the governor what to be done. We have expressed our constitutional powers and rights in the way that we should, and in a very harmonious manner, if I may say. We are hoping, and I know that the governor has advisors, he has a legal team, he has elders in the state that will tell him. I don't expect that any right-thinking person will do otherwise. So we hope, the constitution is very clear, it's unambiguous. And there are consequences when we break the law in such manner, in such dangerous manner. But what we're trying to do is, this is for us like a reparative measure. This is for us trying to save our state from looming danger. So we're hoping that the governor will come and do the needful, bring the budget, we pass it, and then our state will have a functional budget. I want to lean on the side.
The other part of my question, we have about 30 seconds, Honorable. The other part, the election, the local government election that has been announced. Are you on board with that as well? We have 30 seconds to anchor.
I'm not aware that dates of elections have been announced. I have not been briefed. I'm sure the House Committee on the Agencies and Commissions brief us in our next sitting, but for now, I'm not aware of any plans.
Honorable, I'll be shocked. This is all over the media, and as a true Rivers man, I'm sure that you're aware of the happenings. If you've not been written to officially, you may have seen it on the pages, except you're saying you're no more from River State, and you're no more interested.
The House Committee on Judiciary briefed us on issues that have been happening in the judiciary. We're going to hope that the House Committee on Agencies and Commissions will also be. Remember that we are the ones that have been calling for elections. We are the ones that are saying that technical committees have been outlawed. Now what the Constitution says that we should have an elected local government. I'll be so happy. I'll be the happiest person that we have elections and rank among the committee of respected states.
Well, Honorable,
Nigeria, we want elections. We want democratically elected.
We have to run now. We have to totally run. But this is a conversation we'll have to continue in the coming days. We'll have to thank you so much for providing insight into at least what happened today, and wish you peace in River State and development. We've been speaking with Honorable Enemy Alabo George, member of the State Assembly. Thank you for your time.
We are praying for peace.
Well, that's so much we can take on the show this afternoon, but by no means the end of a political discussion here in Nigeria. So stay with Channels Television. I'm Kaido Kikilu. Goodbye.